Atmiya Yogamitras, welcome to Yoga Katha series by Yogamitra. We have seen the Yoga Tattva of Matsyavatara of Lord Shri Vishnu. In continuation with that, we see there's another time also when Lord Vishnu had taken the Matsyavatara. Towards the end of the previous Swayambhuva Manvantara, when the entire cosmos have to get into the Pralaya, it is exactly during that time when we see that a great dharmic king called Satyavrata, who was supposed to be a Pandya king deep in the down south, possibly in my hometown Madurai, which is the capital of the Pandya kingdom. We see that he had been to the Kritamala Nadi, which is today called in Tamil as Vaigai, and he had taken the water in his hand to do the Arghya, offering the pranams to Surya Deva, which is when he saw a fish, a very small fish in his palms, in the Anjali Baddha Hasta. When he was about to drop there, this fish asked rescue from this king, speaking to him, saying that, I need rescue, I need your protection, I seek your shelter. And immediately this king, who took pity on this fish, took the fish in a safe kamandalu back to his palace, and then he had put it in a small fish tank, possibly what we all do today in our homes. And very soon you could see that the fish has taken its shape furthermore elongated, furthermore bigger in its size and shape. And when the fish requested King Satyavrata that he need to put it in a bigger place, and therefore he took and put it in a bigger tub, in a few days it grew further bigger, and then in a kind of pond, then a lake, then again he had to bring it to the Nadi, and then finally he had to put this in the ocean to float there. That is when, as per the instruction of this fish, when he understood that this is not a normal ordinary fish, this is the divine Matsyavatar of Lord Srimad Narayana, and as per the order of this Matsyavatara Narayana, Matsya Narayana, King Satyavrata collects the seeds of various specimens of the entire species, and he brings them all and ties them all to a boat. All the species, the seeds means each sample. For example, there's a human being, a human couple. There is a sample of a particular flora and fauna, a particular animal, a particular insect. Like this, the entire species, all samples were collected and put in a boat, and which was tied to this gigantic, huge, magnanimous fish of Matsyavatara, which floated in the Pralaya Jala of the previous Manvantara. And when the new Yuga, the new Manvantara started, that is, the Vaivasvata Manvantara started, with this species, the samples of each species, Brahma, the creator, continues the creation further, is what is told in Srimad Bhagavata, Vishnu Purana, and other Puranas. And this Satyavrata Raja, who was there, who helped this Matsyavatara to accomplish his duty, was ordained to become the Vaivasvata Manvantara. He was born as the son of Vivaswan Surya. You remember I told you that Vivaswan Krishna taught it to Surya, and Surya taught yoga to his son Manu, Manu to Ikshvaku. So this all happened in this Vaivasvata Manvantara, in which we are there today. When you see the Sankalpa, what we do today, we say Vaivasvata Manvantare, Kaliyuge, Pratame Pade. So this is Vaivasvata Manvantara. Vaivasvata Manu is the son of Surya Deva, who is Vivaswan. And therefore we see that in this end of the previous Pralaya, Satyavrata, the Vaivasvata Manu, who is currently Vaivasvata Manu, who was previously Satyavrata, played this great role in facilitating this Matsyavatara. Now, seeing this dharmic story of this Vaivasvata Manu and the fish from being a small, taking refuge of the king, becoming so big and magnanimous, gigantic, I feel it's similar to what is happening today in the field of yoga. Yoga, though, has been from time immemorial. It has been only in the ashrams, only among the great yogis, only among the great tapasvis who are there, of course in its pure form, but limited to its access. And therefore, this fish of yoga, this Matsya Yoga, the Matsya Bhagavan, took shelter of a great dharmic king like Satyavrata in those days, our Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, into whose hand when it went, he took this small fish and put it into a bigger space. It grew up further, 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 further. And today, it is God to become a Sarva-Vyapi worldwide, my dear friends. Thanks to this Satyavrata of our Kaliyuga. Thanks to this Vaivasvata Manu of our Kaliyuga. That the yoga, the Matsya Yoga, today, it's not limited to only the ashrams. It has become, as Swami Satyananji had the Sankalpa, as Swami Vivekananda had the Sankalpa, as Swami Shivananda and all great Mahatmas of this time had the Sankalpa. Yoga from door to door and shore to shore. Yoga has become the common man's practice. Of course, everybody may not take yoga to the highest of its spiritual depth of yoga as it is. But to some extent that they are practicing, it could be the therapeutic aspect, it could be the other applications of the bodily structuring of the asanas and all those things. In whatever way that they have started, they had made a beginning. It is better to start, keep a beginning than not to do at all. And as Krishna says in the Gita, it's an evolution. If they have started today, eventually, maybe within the same Janma, but eventually through Aneka Janma Samsiddha Tado Yanti Parangatim, through various births and deaths, that they could achieve the highest goals of yoga. But they have made a beginning, and for this making a beginning, right, from being just from the ashrama, just from being in the Shastras, just from being with the tapasvis, yoga has become wider. So Modi ji took first initially the practice, started some few institutes, supported a few institutes like the National Institute and all, and later the International Day of Yoga. And today, after the 10 years of successful celebration of International Day of Yoga, through the Ministry of Ayush, through various initiatives, starting the Yoga Certification Board and various things, through the Indian Yoga Association, which we are representing, through all this, yoga has not only been in the hands of the king, but today it has grown to the size of the huge, magnanimous, magnificent Matsya Narayana. And that is the greatness of our yoga. Thanks to this Satyavrata of Kali Yuga. Hari Om Tat Sat.